To learn to live the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Click the bell notification. It's all free. So it's a very nice day today. Cloudy, and it's going to start raining here in a few hours, but very cool temperatures, easy to work in. Coming around to fall time, you might be able to start to see some of the colors changing in the woods. Maybe not so much there. You get some yellows and browns in the leaves, but when you come over here, you should be able to see the reds and the yellows. They're all starting to take shape. I am kind of disappointed, well, at least last year I was, about the colors. Where I used to live along Highway 44 in Missouri, you could drive Highway 44 around October 20th, and it was just breathtaking views down around St. James. I don't know, look in the map, you'll see what I'm talking about. Just beautiful, breathtaking. But here, about, I don't know, 150 miles away, and we're at higher elevations here, you just don't get the breathtaking views that you did down there. Now, hopefully, maybe last year was just different. I don't know. Maybe this year the colors will pop a little bit more. But today I thought I'd do a little this or that video. Like I've said before, these videos do really well. Even the commenters are telling me it's because when you make one video about a subject, people lose interest over time. So like I told you yesterday, got the firewood all split up, and so now I got to get it stacked and put away. I've got to take it down the hill because we're all full around here. So I'm going to get the lawnmower out and we'll take it down the hill. I've laid down I had some scrap pieces of siding here. It's not siding, the metal roofing material. I had some scrap, so I laid that down so I can lay the logs on top of that. That'll keep the water from getting it wet. It really works well. I did it down here also. I had some silver metal left over, and the water just drains right out of it because it's got channels in there. All that water collects in a channel and drains away. That's about the most challenging thing with firewood, is trying to find things to put it on without having to go out and buy things. Or people say use pallets, go get free pallets, and that's fine, but the pallets seem to break. There's a lot of weight on them, so they break as the time goes by. Then your wood pile will fall down and could possibly fall over. As a matter of fact, just yesterday we had to restack the wood stack. This one over here, we only got one row of it. Usually I put 2 rows, but I put it in between 2 trees and I just put it here. It fell over, and what we got to noticing was this tree, the sycamore, sways a lot in the wind, so this may not work. We may have to move this pile, which is unfortunate because this is a nice place to put it. Okay, so I got everything cleaned up here. I got all this pile here cleaned up. Got the pile over here cleaned up. I had 6 big rounds that we couldn't split with the maul or the log splitter. So what I'll do is I'll have to make a split with the chainsaw about the depth of the blade, and then I can put it on the log splitter and split those. But I'm in no hurry. Those are pretty big. And it's always easier if they dry out a little bit, so maybe in the spring I can clean up this little pile here. The front yard's looking a lot better now that all the wood is stacked and split, put up. So you can see now that we've got, I would imagine, 11 accords sitting here, and we got just firewood sitting everywhere. We got some in the house now, we've got some over here, we got some on the back porch, and then I got this that we just started, and I would imagine this is probably the 12th cord that we have, so that's probably one full cord there, and that'll sit there for 11 or 12 years. of course, we got more room that we can put quite a bit more here. I'll cut down these little saplings here. That way I can just keep running this all the way out to here. I dropped the log. And that'll take it way over to there. And if I need to, I can clean all this up quite a bit. And I just keep running it this length, but I don't think I'm ever gonna get that far. I only need like 3 more cords, and then I should be done. And then I can just replace what I use each year. So not a lot to go. I think though that I'm going to start taking a break for this season. I'm not gonna cut any more firewood or go looking for any more firewood. I'll wait until the spring when people are starting to give free firewood. Last winter I got into the woods quite a bit, and I cut down some of the unhealthy trees. And while I'm sitting here, I just noticed this one. I've never noticed this before, but I got an unhealthy tree right here. Maybe I will get that. You can see there, it's pretty unhealthy. It's gonna fall over, so I just will get it and cut up in firewood before it rots. So I think I got most of the unhealthy trees taken care of in the woods now, but whatever's left over I can pick up. I'm sitting here looking at this. I wonder if this one died this last summer, because there are no leaves on that tree. I'll be darned. That's a big one too, and that could come down pretty easy. I don't think there's anything in the way of me cutting that one down. The problem is I won't know until next spring if it's dead, so I'll wait until next spring. If it's dead next spring, I'll have to keep an eye on it. I've never noticed it before, so it might have died this summer. I know we got oak wilt in this area because there's several oak trees that have died, and I'm very concerned that they're going to start hitting my trees. I just showed Carolyn that tree. She instantly found leaves on it, so I guess the leaves are just falling early on that tree. So, oh well. So today I posted a little poll. I've been doing a lot of polls, and it gives interaction and helps the community and keeps the community aware that I'm still out here. And I kind of like them. I really have been surprised by some of the poll answers that I've gotten. You'll say something that you think, man, everybody agrees with this. And you'll be like, wow, 30% think that's not true. Today I posted one that said, do you prefer buying the best and most expensive equipment, or are you satisfied with using just something that will work? And that's the way I am. I'm kind of, unless it's for business reasons, like for example, this camera. It's not the best on the market, but this camera I really invested some money into. I hadn't been using my phone for 4 years, and I thought, you know, maybe it's time that I upgrade and get a better camera. So I got this GoPro, and it really has helped improve my video quality a little bit. So I can understand that if you're going to go into business and you need a nice piece of equipment to do that business, that you're going to want a really good quality one. But if you're just using something around the house, and you know, do you need the most expensive broom to sweep the floor? Probably not. So I told everybody that I'm going to get a Mr. Heater Portable Buddy. And it's just a little propane heater. It heats 225 square feet, which is just what we need because our house is just under 200 square feet. And I was going to use it as a backup. That if I break the window and I got to let the wood stove cool to replace the window, you know, I got a backup window, so I just take the old window out, but it's got to cool down, otherwise I'll burn myself. Well, in the meantime, I could run the portable Mr. Heater. I may never use it. Now, just the other day, I talked about using the Mr. Heater in the water tank in case it gets really cold. In that case, you know, a cheap little heater that you can throw out there, it's going to get dirty and banged around and busted up, easy to replace. I actually bought one that is refurbished, and it's supposed to be coming today. Well, somebody said to me, no, Rob, you don't want the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy. You want the Ocean, I think, Wave 8 heater that comes from Camping World. So I looked at the price. It was $400. Now, remember, last year we bought our wood stove for $300. It was used. The guy used it twice. I believe that he used it twice. It's very good condition. Carolyn found it on Facebook Marketplace. So this guy wants me to buy a propane heater for $400, which is $100 more than what I bought our primary heat source for. Something I may never use, and if I do use it, I'm going to be banging it around outside. Now, if I wanted an indoor heater, a real one, I could get what's called a blue flame. I think there's another one called Dino or something like that. You can get them at Home Depot or Tractor Supply store, and those are actual heaters. You know, hang them up on the wall, hook them up to your propane or your natural gas, and those are like $200. And so I replied to the guy, well, why would I want to do that for something that I may never use, and it's just, I don't understand, that's just, you know, crazy. And he replies back with a rude comment, and I don't understand that. It makes no sense why anybody would want to spend $400 on something that you're going to use every now and then. In the poll today, 95% of the people agreed with me that, yeah, you just get something that's easy to use, cheap, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money on it, otherwise you're going to go broke. And 5% disagreed with me and said, no, you have to buy the best. That we live in a nation that is just going broke from borrowing. Bankruptcy, I mean, I think even the federal government's getting ready to default on our loans. What we're going to do is we're just going to spoil ourselves with the best, most expensive product, so we can go out and beat it up and have to replace it in a week. So I told you a while back that Carolyn wanted me to build her a little shed over the root cellar that I'm digging out. And I planned on it, and then she said, why don't we just use the well to store some dry foods? Sorry for the dark lighting. We're here in the clouds. It's raining behind me. You can see that my gutter is working on my well house. So she said, can I use some of the shelves in the well house to store food? I said, sure. So she's been vacuum sealing and different things. I don't think this is vacuum sealed, but she's been using jars. Now she's put rice in that, so we'll start storing rice. We need to go out and get more rice. We don't have a lot of it, and we're starting to use it all the time. So I'll get this cleaned up, and then she'll have all this for storage space for her dry foods. So I hope I can inspire you to live your dream. Thanks for watching.